Welcome back to Bock for another year. Let's talk about what's new for 2025. Our biggest change, as you've already experienced, is that we are going to be more actively integrated with the city of Middleton going forward. The change was largely brought about in order for us to be firmly under the city's liability umbrella. We're hoping to keep impacts to our gardeners to a minimum while letting the city take some of the load off of the committee. The city won't be involved in assigning plots, deciding what to do at work sessions, or other day to day activities, but we will be able to take advantage of the city's discounts and knowledgeable personnel. I recognize the new registration process was bumpy, and if you had troubles with it, I'd really like you to email Bock Garden with a description of what you had trouble with so I can put that in a report for the city so things can go more smoothly next year. One thing that will help with next year already is that our website has largely moved to the city website, and they will be posting the timeline for registration ahead of time so you will know exactly when to expect registration to begin. We expect garden fees will go up next year, but we don't know for sure by how much. Some things are going to be cheaper now, like the free good quality wood chips we'll be getting from city work crews, but we've also added some new expenses. For example, we'll actually be paying for the water the city provides us now. The city is also going to be helping us make sure we're saving up enough money for big future projects like replacing the deer fence. Once we see what our expenses are like this year, we'll figure out what the new fees will be. The newest addition to the garden, courtesy of the Scouts, is a dedicated shed for storing cardboard. There are doors on the outside of the fence for easy access to add new cardboard, and there are doors on the inside of the fence for easy access during work sessions. The Scouts did a great job building it, but there are a couple minor improvements still coming. For now, don't worry about locking the doors in place using the interior locks. Just make sure the doors are shut and the exterior locks are engaged when you are done. You can find the cardboard shed located next to the west side gate along the access road. Grafting efforts last spring to address the rabbit damage to the apple trees has been largely successful. All of the damaged trees were grafted and we had a large harvest. The protective screening around the grafts has prevented additional damage, including over this winter. However, a horticulturalist has informed us that 4 of the trees are showing signs of dying. The orchard team will be removing and replacing the dying trees. To diversify the orchard, the replacements will not be apples. While the exact fruit varieties are still being determined, dwarf varieties are the focus. Last year went well, so we're sticking to 6 hours for the work hour requirement this year. As always, sign-ups are available through Sign-up Genius. Speaking of work sessions, I'd like to highlight some new and recurring work options. Starting this year, we are looking for experienced gardeners to volunteer to lead work sessions. Directions on what is expected of work session leaders will be provided when you sign up, and the list of tasks for you to accomplish during the work session will be provided 2 or 3 days before it. Leaders will get 3 hours of credit per work session to account for the extra responsibility and extra time getting ready for the session and wrapping up after it finishes. You'll need to be able to arrive before and stay a little after any session you lead. There's only one leader per session, but we will be including sign-up options for backup leaders in case the person who signed up to lead can't make it. Backups don't need to show up unless they are asked to lead, but they also only get credit if they end up leading. Do not sign up for the regular work session if you also signed up to lead that session. I'd also like to call out that the weeding team is looking for additional members. It's great for gardeners who can't make the regular work sessions due to scheduling conflicts, or for those with physical limitations. As long as you keep your assigned area clear of weeds for the year, you don't need to track your time and will get full credit for work hours for the year. It doesn't matter if you do it, if you have a friend help, or if you give your neighbor's kid some of your harvest in exchange for them doing it. The work sessions will be responsible for adding new cardboard and wood chips. All you need to do is remove any plants that shouldn't be there. A few general reminders. The storage area behind the shed is just for reusable items. If your tomato cages break, haul them out and dispose of them at home or the public recycling center. We'll also be transitioning the area behind the shed to rain barrels for water storage, so the donation pile will either be no more or will find a new home. Do not block the ramp for the porch. The yellow buckets are for temporary use and should not be left in plots or full of weeds by the shed. Work sessions may leave them there temporarily until they are taken away to the compost site, but gardeners are responsible for taking their own weeds and compostables. If you have arranged for someone else to come and pick up your green waste, leave it at your plot, not the shed or the gate. If the buckets are misused, they will be kept in the shed for work session use only. Each year, we removed several tree saplings that the squirrels plant in some of the plots. If you find such a sapling in your plot, remove it. If it's too big for you to remove, let us know and we'll send in the tree hit squad. Our in person best practices session this year will be on May 3rd from 10 a.m. to about noon. If you can't make it, the online video alternative will be available. Now for our annual reminder to use the tools only as intended and to clean them before returning them to the tool rack. Our new gardeners have been doing very well, so thank you to our newest returning gardeners. Keep those shovels shiny. Please coil the hoses back up properly when you are done using them, so that they may last us for many years. No, we don't know when the water will be turned on this year. That is up to the city. Jim will be putting out rain barrels to meet early season watering demand. Here's your garden committee for 2025 so far. We've got several vacancies and are always open to helpers that don't have time to come to the committee meetings. If you have a small project you want to do for the garden, float it past us. We are always interested in hearing what our gardeners are interested in. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us using the Bock Garden email. Our Easter egg hunt is returning this year on Saturday, April 19th from noon to approximately 12:30. Besides the egg hunting, there will be door prizes for the kids. If you're thinking of attending, we'd love if you could let us know so we can make sure we've got enough goodies for everyone. Thank you for listening and happy gardening!